Okay, chapter 11, problem 5, calculating returns and standard deviations. We got, based on the following information, calculate the expected return and the standard deviation for the two stocks. So the first thing that we need to do is calculate the expected returns. My notation probably is a little different than the book. It doesn't really matter, but if most books will use the type of notation I'm using. So anyway, the expected return for A, we take the probability. So we got in a recession, we got 0.25, and the return is 6%. I'm going to use whole numbers here. I find it a lot easier than dealing with all the decimal places. So you can do it either way. The one thing to note is the exam questions, I'll work them the way I'm working these, and you'll be expected to enter percents. So then normal, if conditions are normal, we have a 55% probability and a 7% expected return. And then if we're in a boom, 20% probability and 11% expected return. Multiply those and add them up, and you get 7.55%. And then the expected return for B is 0.25 times a loss of 20% minus 20 plus 0.55, or 55% probability in normal, and that's 13%. And then 2 or 20% probability and a 33% return. And expected return here is 8.75%. So notice that there's much more variation in B than there is in A. So we're going to see a much greater standard deviation when we do our calculation. So sigma A, we'll do this just like we calculate the variance, but we take one more step here. So it's 0.25. We're using the probabilities. So we got 6 minus 7.55 squared plus 0.55 times 7 minus 7.55 squared plus 0.20 multiplied by 11 minus 7.55 squared. Close that off. We're taking the square root of this, and we should get 1.79%. So sigma B, so we've got 0.25 times the negative 20 expected return minus the 8.75, square it, plus 0.55 times the 13 minus 8.75 squared, plus the 0.2 times the 33, should be a decimal there, that's 8.75 squared. Close that off and to the 1/2. We're taking the square root here, and that is 18.28%.